standardized. You cannot divide it. The forward is you just made one contract with $750,000. That's it, one contract. Because that is customized. But here future contract is standardized and they are traded in exchange, foreign exchange. So we'll see that. So it specifies a standard volume of particular currency to be exchanged on a specific settlement date. Similarly, we have a forward contract date. Here we have a future contract date. In forward, we have a forward rate. Here we call it future rate. So future rate is the exchange rate at which they can be purchased or sell at a specified currency on specified settlement date. So you must have a time T and also future rate as well. So no matter at this time here, if you are here, no matter how much the actual rate in the market, you will be obligated, it is must for you to honor the future contract, right? Now future spot rate, which means how much is the rate in the market at this time, that is the spot rate, right? So we call this future spot rate, which is the rate at the 30th day of the expiration of the future contract. You will not deal this rate. Why? Because you are obligated to fulfill the contract, and contract is going to be honored on the rate mentioned in the contract. That's it. So no matter whether the dollar is increased or decreased, you have to honor the contract. That's it. Only difference between forward and future is that forward is customized and future is standardized. The third one is currency option contract. This is a little bit different one. If you don't understand at the moment right now, don't worry about that. We have a whole chapter to talk about this. We call this currency option contracts. So currency derivatives, there are three kinds of currency derivatives market: future market, forward market, and option market. Currency call option. So currency call option provides the right to buy currency at specified strike price within specified period of time. That is very interesting. So here we go. In currency call option means right to buy. In which buyer has a right to buy or not. So that's why we call this option, right? So call option means either I want to buy or not. If I decided I want to buy, then seller is obligated. What is the seller responsibility? It means in call option, the buyer has the option and a right to buy, whether you want to buy it or whether it want to, but just let it expire. I don't want to honor the contract, that's it, because this is called option. So same, it has the time T, but here the rate is called strike rate. Like in forward and future, we call the rate in the mention in the contract forward rate or future rate, but here the contract rate is called strike rate. Simple. So at the time T, for example, 30 days, when you reach here, the strike price is equal to, for example, you want to buy $1, $1 is equal to 0.75 euro. And if this you, let me change the color here. You enter into a call option contract Call option means the buyer has the right and option to buy, simple, or not. But seller has the obligation to fulfill the contract. If buyer say that I want to buy it, then seller will sell it. If buyer say I don't want to buy it, then seller cannot enforce this agreement. So on 30th day, if the future spot rate or expected spot rate, like not future, expected spot rate is 85. So what you will do? You bought a call option in the market. In the market, if you after 30 days in the market, the spot rate is 0.85, and you want to buy the dollar. Dollar is now expensive in the market, but in the option it is cheaper. If buyer asks the seller fulfill the contract, the buyer will be selling you dollar at 0.75 euro. If in the market it is 0.65, the buyer will say that, look, if I honor this contract, I would fulfill the contract at 0.75, which is expensive for me. If I buy from the market, it is cheaper, 0.65. So I will buy from the market, and he will just inform the seller, I don't want to buy from you. That's it. So we call this right to exercise. If in the market the value of the dollar increases, the buyer will say that I want to exercise my call option and I will be buying from the seller. So buyer has the right to buy, seller has the obligation to sell. This is called call option. So in this, we have strike price and we have T. So what do you think here in this? Who is at the advantage, buyer or seller? Ichie, Ruchie, Oliver, Lancelot, Tiffany, who is at the advantage here?
The buyer.
The buyer. When buyer has at the advantage, so in order to fulfill the advantage, he must pay some upfront, because seller is selling its right, seller is obligated to pay, so seller will receive some kind of compensation and buyer will pay some kind of compensation. We call this call premium, and we denote it by small c. So buyer will pay and seller will receive the call premium. Okay, so there are going to be three things in call option. Number one, strike price, which is a contract price. Number two, the time period. Number two, the expected future rate, whether you want to exercise your right or not. And number three is call premium. Here we go. And in currency put option, it is the opposite one. But remember this one, these are two different contracts. In currency call option contract provides the right to buy currency at specified strike price within specified period of time, right? But here, the currency put option, it provides right to sell. It is the opposite, in which seller has a choice, has the option to sell you or not. This is the opposite of call option, but this is the opposite of the call option, but it is not one and the same stuff. Call option is different, put option is different. So some say that, okay, one side is call, other side is put option of the contract. Answer is no. These two are two different contracts. Remember this one. So In put option, seller has the option to sell you at exercise price. So who is disadvantage here? Buyer. So buyer will receive the put premium and seller will pay the put premium. So if you don't understand right now, just remember this one. Call option is right. So why we write it down currency here? Because we also have stock call option. We buy shares. We buy stock put option as well. So since we are dealing with currency, so that's why we write it down currency put option. It means the contract is between exchange of currencies, not the exchange of company stock. So currency put option means that seller has a right to buy or not, to sell to you or not. If at the end the market price is high, seller will not sell you, seller will sell in the market. If in the market the price is the expected spot rate is decreased, if in the market is selling low, then seller will sell you high because buyer is obligated to purchase. And seller has choice to sell. This is the opposite of call option. But remember, these two are two different contracts. Everybody understand? Tiffany? Ruchie?
Yeah.
PD? Okay, I received a message. Okay, Dion, good. So if you don't understand right now, just remember this one. Currency call option is right to buy. Currency put option is right to sell. So in this currency call option, buyer pay the premium. In currency put option, seller pay the premium and the other party will receive. Okay. Now international money market. We talked about foreign exchange markets. We talk about future markets, spot market. We talk about currency derivative markets and now international money market. So international money market in which short-term funds are traded. So corporation and governments need short-term funds denominated currency, which is different from their home currency. So the international money market has grown because many firms, they may need to borrow funds to pay for imports. So short-term means less than 1 year. So if you are buying from America, if you are buying from China, you need to pay. So you don't have money right now, money will be needed after 3 months. So you could have arranged this kind of stuff. After 3 months, you would be needing money, so you can have a loan. So this is common business practice. When you sell the goods, then loan gonna be repaid. So